Alright, so I'm going to be replacing the stone guards on my Porsche Cayman. As you can see, they are very yellowed, so I'm going to be taking a steam cleaner to it, and hopefully that'll make it easier to remove the old film, and then we'll get it cleaned up, polish it if need be, and then throw on some new film. Here you can definitely see the contrast in the old film. So this is the factory film on a Carrera white Cayman. So, like I said, obviously it's yellowed quite a bit. So, definitely time for some new film. Got my McCulloch steamer, which I actually just purchased for this sole purpose of removing this film. Once it gets done heating up, we'll start spraying it.
We will begin by choosing our starting point and hitting it with your steamer. I decided to start from the top left corner. I went ahead and tried to warm up the entire piece, but you'll want to primarily focus on the section you are starting at. Once the film is warmed up, keep trying to lift off a corner of the film. Once you are able to lift the corner, just keep applying heat and slowly lifting a little at a time. Try to throw some steam a little ahead of where you are pulling, as well as underneath the film that you have already pulled up. Once you get enough of the film lifted up to get a nice grip, you want to start pulling almost away from the film at an angle, rather than pulling down towards the film. This helps reduce potentially lifting the paint, although it can make things difficult. Slow and steady is the key here. Just be patient and try to avoid ripping it off like a band-aid. I will say that sometimes you just gotta pull however you can in order to get some of the stubborn areas to lift. Sometimes the film may come off in chunks. Not a big deal. Once you get a good portion of the film lifted off, you may find it helpful to tear off some of it anyways, since it likes to stick back onto the car as you are pulling.
Alright, that is one down. Okay, so we got that film on the passenger side all off. As you can see, there is clearly a line of dirt and grime that has been trapped here since that film was put on the car. So it's been on there for about 13 plus years. So I'm going to be definitely taking some Goo Gone to this and just trying to get this off, get it all cleaned up before putting on the new film. So let's go ahead and work on the other side.
So the same thing goes for the other side. Start by warming up the entire piece of film, then focus on the area where you want to start at. Again, I decide to start from the top corner. I found this side to be a lot more difficult. The passenger side left zero adhesive behind, but this side wanted to leave bits of adhesive throughout the entire piece, predominantly towards the bottom. If you do find this happening, don't be alarmed. Goo Gone and some elbow grease will take care of it. Just be sure to inspect it multiple times to ensure you get all of the adhesive removed.
Okay, it's all done. So this side left a lot more adhesive, probably difficult to see, but yeah, there's quite a bit of adhesive on here, but that's fine. I should be able to take some Goo Gone to it.
You can find Goo Gone at pretty much any store such as Walmart, Target, or Ace Hardware. You can probably even find it at your local grocery store. Using a clean microfiber towel, give it a couple sprays and a few wipes. The residual lines from the edges of the film come off extremely easy.
Yeah, so this Goo Gone stuff just gets rid of this real easily. Just like that.
The adhesive takes a bit more elbow grease. Again, make sure to inspect the car multiple times with some good lighting, as it is very easy to miss little bits of adhesive depending on the color of your car. I imagine a black car would be very easy to spot. The passenger side was very easy for me since little to no adhesive was left behind. A few sprays of Goo Gone and a few wipes of a towel made easy work of this side. Anytime you apply paint protection film, you're going to want to make sure the surface underneath is as clean and perfect as you can get. I went ahead and clay barred the area to ensure that there were no contaminants on the surface. Clay barring should also help get rid of any small bits of adhesive that you may have missed earlier. I'm using a mixture of water and Optimum No Rinse as my clay bar lubricant. If your car is like mine, you may unfortunately have some indentations or divots where rocks may have flung up and hit the car. The paint was protected by the film, but the actual metal underneath was dented, and there is unfortunately nothing that can be done outside of some paintless dent removal. Just be sure to really get into those divots, as dirt can easily hide in there and will be visible once the film is applied. Remember to use plenty of lubricant and knead your clay often.
Okay, now that's all clayed up, we can go ahead and give it a little polish real quick. Now that all the adhesive is removed, I just got done clay barring the panel where the film is going to go. I'm just going to give it a couple passes with my orbital polisher. I'm going to be using the Turtle Wax Hybrid Solutions One and Done compound. The paint is pretty good underneath, so I'm just going to give it a couple passes and call it a day.
I'm using my Milwaukee M18 dual action orbital polisher here with a blue Lake Country foam pad. I do a quick pass, then inspect, and hit it with another pass. Again, be sure that all adhesive has been removed.
Okay, looks pretty good to me. On to the other side.
On the other side, give it a few passes and inspect.
Okay, so I've got this Rupes residue remover. This stuff works pretty well. I used it when I was ceramic coating the 328. But yeah, this stuff works really well to get off all the leftover residue and polish and all that stuff. So I'm just going to give the panels a nice good cleaning, and then we're going to apply the film.
I apologize for the angle here. I was doing this inside of the garage and space is limited.
So the film comes in this little canister, and it's all nice and rolled up for me. So yeah, so once you're all ready to go, we're gonna use some solution, and we're gonna stick it on. So whenever applying this PPF film, I use a bottle of water and a few drops of baby shampoo to make a sort of slip solution, and I can spray this on, and then I can manipulate and move the film wherever I need it to be and get it in the proper position. Then once it's all ready to go, I'm going to spray this 70% alcohol solution. I've got about 8 ounces in this quart spray bottle. So yeah, once it's all in position, I'm going to lift up the film, spray this, and this will tack it down really well. So once it's all in position, I've got this little rubber squeegee. You could probably get by with a credit card if you really want to, but you can find these on Amazon. They're real cheap.
Spray a good bit of shampoo solution over the panel, the film, as well as your fingertips. This will allow you to handle the film and lowers the risk of leaving fingerprints on it, though I suggest trying to avoid touching the adhesive side as much as possible. Peel off the paper backing. Again, spray some slip solution onto the film as well. Slap the film onto the panel and start getting it into position. I took pictures of the film prior to removing them, which I suggest you do as well. This way you have a general idea of where the film should go. I considered marking things with tape, but I figured it would get in the way since I planned to polish and clean everything. As a good baseline, you can set the bottom of the film, which is a straight edge, a few millimeters above the line where the body transitions to the lower textured area of the car. Once that straight edge is parallel to that body line, just move the contour of the film a few millimeters away from the wheel arch line. Once you have everything in position, choose a corner and spray your alcohol solution. Movement of the film will still be possible until you squeegee the corner or tack it into place. Once you tack the corner, lift up the rest of the film and spray your alcohol solution. Start from the tacked corner and work your way down the middle of the film. Always squeegee from the middle to the edge, as this will lower your chances of creating air pockets. Once the film is fully squeegeed into place, grab a towel and clean up the panel while checking your edges. Sometimes the squeegee won't completely get the edges of the film, but the towel will allow you to pinpoint the problem areas. We'll be repeating everything on the other side, starting by cleaning the panel of any residue. Spray your shampoo solution on the panel, film, and fingertips. Start aligning your film. Again, use the transition line to the textured lower area as a base for the bottom of the film. Once your film is in position, lift a corner and tack it down with the alcohol solution. Remember to squeegee from the middle out to avoid creating air pockets. If you do find an air pocket, no need to panic. Lift up the film near the pocket and spray some more alcohol solution. Try to work the air pocket out with your squeegee. Last but not least, we'll do a final wipe down with a clean towel, making sure all of the edges are pressed down and all of the solution has been squeezed out from under the film.
So that's it. Looks pretty good. Alrighty. So the film is on and you can barely tell. Yeah, look at that difference. Before I had that nasty yellow one. Now you can't even tell that it's there. Anyways, that wraps up today's video. Hope that was helpful for you guys. Thanks for watching. Peace.